These are like not my pajamas, but they look like pajamas. I don't know. I need to change. I knew whenever I put this shirt on that it was just like too comfortable for its own good. I want to film some stuff today. I have a vlog that needs a little bit of like voiceover to give it like context. Let me get this wet. And then I want to film like kind of a where have I been in the past like few years kind of thing to like update you guys on what I've been doing in the past 3 years since I have been on YouTube. I hope there's still like recurring people that have like, because I think I have like 50 subscribers right now, so I hope there's still people that like see me in their subscription feed and have stuck around. If you have, please put a comment down below. That would make me very happy. I have been using Trentanoan for the past like month, maybe a little bit over a month, and it has made my nostrils really dry, but everything else has been pretty fine. I don't know if I can like tell a difference in like my skin quality, but sometimes they say it takes like 6 months to be able to see differences, so we'll see about that. I should have taken like a before picture. I am extremely tired. For the past like 2 nights, I just haven't slept very well, and like I could not get to sleep last night despite like how tired I was all day long. So I'm still feeling very low energy. Using the Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream in number 23. I've loved this for years. I think I've used it like on my channel before. Which you can't see because all of those videos are hidden. I don't know if I'll unhide any of them. I feel like it would be a lot of work to go through those videos, and it's like a totally different like portion of my life. So I don't know if I would find it like triggering in some way. I don't know. I have like gone through like a bunch of pictures, and I printed out a bunch of pictures, so I have been able to like woman up and like face my past. Does anybody else find that they can't stop thinking about the Tortured Poets department? It's everything that has been on my mind. There's no escape. In a good way. I thought that I would like the album. I mean, you know, it comes with the territory of Taylor Swift and being a fan of hers for like my whole life. I was a fan of hers with like the first album, like the self-titled album. I remember listening to it whenever I was living in Japan with my family. My dad's military. And I remember listening to it with my childhood best friend, like in her bedroom, and singing it at the top of our lungs for all the world to hear. Like, I don't know. I feel like I remember for some reason like listening to it in our closet. I don't know, we were like picking out clothes like and outfits, like, you know, to play dress up. We did a lot of dress up. That's the start of my storytelling. But I knew that I would like the album, and then like I started listening to it and I was like, oh, this is dense. Like I'm kind of like, I don't know, like intimidated by it, which I don't really like using that word in association with women, but like it's a dense album. The more time has passed and the more I've listened to it, like the more I've related to each song, and like it's like, oh, okay, like this is on like a different level of like either what I relate to. It's just it's a very intense album with very like intense emotions and an intense experience, and I think one that is very like relatable to many women. I guess having so many hopes and dreams for people in your life and then like getting disappointed by them. And it's like, I would have followed you to the ends of the world if only you would have let me. And I've destroyed myself in the process of that dream, of that effort. So I got this at, it was either like Marshall's or, I think it was Marshall's. Anywho, I got one of these at those outlets like Marshall's or like Burlington's or something like that for cheap. I don't remember how much I got it for, but it's the Benefit Brow Styler. I feel like I don't think I'm getting it at the quality that it was supposed to be at, if that makes sense. Like sometimes those products are like maybe a little bit outdated or something. But hey, for like, I think I got it for like $7. I don't know what's making that noise, because you'd think it would be in here to like, you know, like stir up the powder or something. I feel like that's often like a thing. I mean, I like it. It's pretty like passable. I like that there's 2 different products in it, but it's good to get something cheap. And then for my eyes, I used That's Taupe and I used Pebble Beach just in the inner corner. This is what I do like on a daily basis. I just pick like mainly like out of these 2 colors, sometimes this one if I'm feeling really spicy, and then often I use this as like a liner. I really like that as a liner. I don't necessarily, which is so surprising to me because I used to love, and like if I still had videos up, you would see me doing that all the time, but I used to love sparkly shadows, and I used to use this one like the most. Or like, sorry, I used to use one like this, and that's why I bought this palette, is because like all of the colors sort of spoke to me, but I haven't really been in love with sparkles in general, so I don't know if that's a testament to like these or if it's just my personal taste has sort of changed for the time being. Okay. I have one work shift today because I'm covering for a coworker, and I almost forgot. Whenever you change up your routine, like, man, I was so looking forward to, like, I was laying in bed and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna like get to sleep as long as I want to sleep, which means I'm probably gonna wake up like 5 minutes after I'm supposed to get up for work, because that's how that always goes. You can never, the older you get, the less you can sleep in. Don't look at me. My boyfriend was asking me like, oh, are you ready to like get up super early with kids and have to take your kids to school and things like that? And I'm like, listen, I just have to trust that my body will be prepared for that, and like life will prepare me for that, because right now the answer is no. If I had a child come into my life like at this moment that needed to like be taken to school, like I would not be ready for that at all. Like just to like have to wake up super early for them. But I just have to believe that like life will prepare me. That's what my therapist says. Like my mom always told me about how like whenever you have a newborn, you know, they're only like 6 pounds, and then you adapt to the weight of the baby like as they put on weight, and then you can carry them. Just on myself. You can carry them whenever they're like 50 pounds, whenever they're like, I don't know, 3 or 4, because like you've adapted to that weight like as they're getting older. I mean like drastically, if I don't know how much kids weigh. I may have like way overdone that, overestimated that. But I just think that's a cool thing in like nature and like personhood, is that you like adapt to things as time goes on. This is a tried and true The Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. I tried 2 different products, 2 different mascaras that were kind of not good. I don't know. I am not a super like critical person, but they were not good, to be honest. And so I went back to this, and I was at a hotel, and the person who like checks people in and out was like just kept looking over at me. She was super sweet, like walked up to me and she's like, I just really want to know what you're wearing because it's just so beautiful. And I was like, girl, I got you all the recommendations. I can never find any of my lip products. They always end up in my purse. I have a purse. I looked for this product for so long and I finally found it. And it's just, I don't think it's a great color for my skin tone, but I still love it. So it's the Pink in the Afternoon, and this is supposedly like a replica of the shade that Audrey Hepburn used in Breakfast at Tiffany's. And I looked for it for years, and I was quite disappointed whenever it just, pinky tones, I just don't know if they look good on my skin tone. So this is another dupe for the, I think it's Clinique in the shade something honey, black honey or something like that. But this one is the e.l.f. the Core Lip Shine in Ecstatic. This one is very nice, very versatile. I already have Aquaphor on my lips, but super great like purse lip gloss. I bought it for my best friend. And I was like, at first we got together and I was like, you just need to like try mine because you're gonna love it. You're gonna lose your mind. You're gonna love it. And she's like, I'm okay. You know, like she just was not there for the hype that I was giving that. Well, it is Bridgerton season. So I have the Stila convertible color in Lilium, which is apparently what they used on Daphne Bridgerton. They would just use this like on her eyes, cheeks, maybe even on her lips. I've heard that it might be like going away. I really hope they're not retiring this product because I thoroughly enjoy it. And I would definitely need to buy, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 extras. And I really would love to try the other shades. Like they have like a more like brownie color. I think would be really pretty. I feel like I don't usually see it like whenever I go into Ulta or something. Like sometimes they're out of that product, so I haven't like been able to like try it on and see how it would look in person, but I've just seen it on the website, which they never have the same things that they have on the website as they do in person. I don't think I'm gonna do any sort of like contour today. Feeling a bit lazy. Back to this. Back to life. Back to reality. Okay, that looks better. I was gonna have her try it, and she didn't end up trying it. She weaseled out of it, and then I bought it for her for Christmas or something like that. And I was like, well, no, you have it. You have to try it. And she came to me months later, like in April, she came down and visited me, and she's like, oh, I really want to go to Ulta while we're together. That's what we do. We get coffee. We go to Ulta. We go to big stores. It's what you do as a woman. And she's like, I really want to go to Ulta and look at other shades of this. And I was like, oh, did you end up liking it? And she was like, I love it. I need all of them. Like she like vehemently, like I think she loves it more than I do, which is saying a lot because I'm very passionate about this. Anyhoozle, I'm gonna change my shirt and then I think we're gonna continue our chat. And then I also, I have a vlog that I need to finish up. Just some context for that vlog and what we had going on. And then I need to film that video about like what I was up to for many, many years. It's gonna be challenging to talk about. I'm challenging myself to put myself out there more. I really love acting. It is like everything that has brought me joy in my life. I love characters. I love storytelling. I have now found that I love writing as well. That also gives me character and storytelling, except for I get to play all of the characters in my mind. So that is fun. And so I'm finding fulfillment in those things. This industry is very challenging. As we all know, like, it's like, whatever, like, that's a joke to even talk about. We know, everybody, from the time you are born as an actor, people tell you how hard it is. It's ingrained in us to be determined and to be tenacious. The current state of the industry is even harder than what we have been told. It's going through growing pains. This is like, we had the strikes last year. That was 1 year. We are having the growing pains from the strikes and from years of, I don't want to say negligence, like, they created a bubble, and the bubble has now popped, and we're figuring out how to go beyond the bubble. And that's for people smarter than me to figure out. I'm just reading the news and staying up to date and keeping myself in good spirits. But in the meantime, I want to keep myself creative and creating and happy. And part of, it's hard to talk about because it goes into the fame conversation, and I don't think many actors go into this industry for fame. It's a love of art. Like, why do you write poems whenever you're 5 years old to express how you're feeling about the world? Maybe 5 is a bit young, but it's like, art is ingrained in us. So, like, put the fame conversation aside. Performing requires an audience. That's one of the very basic things that I learned in college. I like connecting with people. I like performing. And while this conversation isn't like a performance, it's still a means to an end to, like, reaching a community, reaching an audience, reaching connection between people. And so I think putting myself out there and making videos and editing and filming is just gonna be fun for me. And I had so much fun doing it before, but I put a lot of pressure on myself, and now I'm just like, no pressure. I need to put myself out there so that I know that I can take up space in this world. And if I want to be an actor and I want to have any sort of, like, audience watching the things that I perform in, I need to be able to take up space in that. And I'm used to taking up space in performing before an audience or before performing before the camera. So, like, I also need to be able to take up space, like, just as me as well. That's a part of this industry. So, to practice it and to do it on my terms, I'm gonna do it by myself. And maybe that'll balance, like, the audience portion of, like, whenever I'm feeling like nobody is ever gonna read my scripts. It feels very, like, hard to deal with that. And I think the audience is the missing portion of that. I don't know if I can ever get my scripts made. I don't know if I can ever give that to you. I would love to, because I have some very fun stories that I think are beautiful to share. And if you have any ideas about how to, I don't know, translate my scripts to you guys, other than just, you know, filming them, like, with a $1 million budget, like, that's not in the cards for me right now. So, to reach an audience, put myself out there, I'm going to be filming more videos, and that requires vulnerability, and part of that is telling you where I've been in the past 3 years. So, I'm gonna go and do this on another video, so you can go and watch that one if it's already up, or I can link it whenever it is. But this is my before thoughts, where I'm at. I'm very nervous. Wish me great luck.